So you've got this giant Netflix spending billions of dollars on slick, polished content. And then you've got creators literally filming in their bedrooms. Guess who's starting to win the war for our attention? The whole entertainment industry is being flipped completely upside down. And today, we're going to break down the hidden mechanics of what's really going on. $17 billion. That is a staggering amount of money. It's what Netflix forks over for content every single year. Now, you'd think that kind of cash would guarantee total, absolute dominance, right? Well, it's actually become the very heart of their biggest problem. You see, this isn't money they're spending to innovate or grow. Nope. This is spending just to keep their head above water, to stop subscribers from leaving. They are completely trapped in this loop where they have to churn out one mega expensive global hit after another just to stay in the game. So let's dive into this idea. People are calling it Netflix's billion-dollar treadmill, and it's exactly what it sounds like, a totally exhausting, high-stakes game where, as we're about to see, throwing more money at the problem doesn't actually mean you're winning. Just think of it as a giant money pit. To keep you from hitting that cancel subscription button, Netflix has to land a new blockbuster, a new Squid Game, a new Stranger Things, pretty much every single month. It's a relentless and, frankly, an incredibly expensive way to run a business. And this right here highlights a fundamental, massive weakness in their whole model. Netflix has no moat. You know, unlike Apple's ecosystem where you're kind of locked in with all your apps and your photos, there is nothing stopping you from canceling Netflix the second you finish binge watching a show. There's no real loyalty, no barrier to leaving at all. And come on, let's be honest with ourselves. Just ask yourself this question. You probably follow a specific show, right? Or maybe a creator you love, or an actor. You don't follow the platform itself. The Netflix brand just doesn't mean what it used to, especially compared to the creators you choose to watch every day. Okay, so now let's look at the other side of this fight. Creators on platforms like YouTube are using a completely different playbook. And they're winning not by copying Hollywood, but by being the exact opposite. We can call it the anti-Hollywood strategy. What's so fascinating here is just how stark the contrast is. On one side, Hollywood is bogged down by corporate committees and endless focus groups, which leads to kind of predictable, safe content. But creators, they offer a raw, authentic voice, a real human connection. They have the freedom to be weird, to be super specific, and to be real. And that's their superpower. And this signals a huge shift in what we, the audience, actually want. I think we're all getting a little tired of the perfectly polished but kinda empty spectacles. What we really crave now is a genuine connection with the person on the other side of the screen. I mean, think about it. In a world that's getting flooded with AI-generated everything and robotic corporate messages, that raw human effort is becoming the new luxury. Being too polished is actually starting to hurt you. You just can't automate trust, and audiences can tell. They can feel it when a creator has put their actual heart and soul into something. So how do these creators build such a durable, lasting connection? Well, the real secret isn't just authenticity, it's behavioral psychology. They have absolutely mastered the art of building habits. The most successful creators, they aren't just making videos, they're building rituals. By posting at the same time every day or every week, they literally weave themselves into your daily life. They become as regular and as expected as your morning coffee. And this is exactly how it works. It's a simple but incredibly powerful psychological loop. Step 1 is the trigger. That could be a notification or even just a signature intro sound. That leads to step 2, the action. You watch the video. And that leads to step 3, the reward, that feeling of connection or learning something new. That's the loop that makes their content feel completely indispensable. And this is something Netflix's binge model just can't replicate. You know how it is. You'll watch an entire season over a weekend, and then by Tuesday, you've pretty much forgotten it. But with a creator you follow, if you miss their weekly upload, you feel like you've actually missed out on something important. So here's the crucial part. All of these things, the authenticity, the connection, the habit building, they all combine to create a business model that is not only more powerful, but also incredibly efficient. I mean, just look at the numbers here. It's wild. A single Netflix episode can easily cost $10 million. A top-tier YouTube video, maybe $10,000. And yet, over its lifetime, that YouTube video can pull in a comparable amount of attention. The return on investment for creators is just absolutely staggering. And here comes the final blow. Creators are building the very moat that Netflix is missing. See, they aren't just on YouTube. They have newsletters, they have private communities, courses, merchandise, the whole shebang. They're building these full-stack ecosystems that lock you in with real value and a sense of community. And that is the ultimate difference, right there. Netflix is a disposable utility. It's a library you visit. But a successful creator, they build a community, a world that you choose to belong to. So what can we all learn from this creator playbook? Well, there's a repeatable template here. It starts with a specific hook, a high-stakes conflict, a shocking stat. Then you build a context bridge, explain why the old way of doing things isn't working for the viewer. After that, you connect to a habit trigger, something in their daily routine. Then you introduce tension with a hidden truth nobody's talking about. And finally, you give a practical deliverable, something they can use right now. That's the formula. And that's really the goal here. The new media landscape, it's not about chasing these fleeting viral moments anymore. It's about building lasting value. It's about becoming an indispensable part of your audience's life. Ultimately, this whole battle for our attention, it's not going to be won with a bottomless pit of cash. It's going to be won with human trust. So as this whole landscape keeps changing, the real question is this: who are you betting on?